Hello everyone. Welcome to UPSC Explainer 101. Today, we'll explore Chapter 24, Post-War National Scenario, from Spectrum. Let's dive in. Question 1. Analyze the factors that led to the change in the British government's attitude towards Indian independence post-World War II. Answer. Global power dynamics. The aftermath of World War II saw a shift in global power, with Britain's status as a global power diminishing, influencing its capacity to maintain colonial control. Economic constraints. Britain faced severe economic challenges post-war, making the administration of its colonies, including India, financially burdensome. Domestic political change. The election of the Labour government in Britain, which was more sympathetic towards Indian aspirations, played a significant role. Fear of revolt. Memories of the Quit India movement and fears of renewed mass agitation by the Indian National Congress influenced the decision. International pressure. Growing international criticism against colonialism and the rise of anti-colonial sentiments globally put pressure on Britain. Question 2. Discuss the significance of the 1946 elections in the context of India's independence movement. Answer. Congress victory. The Congress emerged victorious, securing majorities in several provinces and the Central Assembly, indicating widespread popular support for its stance on independence. Muslim League's performance. The Muslim League's success in Muslim-majority areas highlighted the communal divide and supported the demand for Pakistan. Mandate for independence. The results were seen as a mandate for independence, making it clear that the British could no longer ignore the demand for freedom. Impact on British policy. The election results accelerated the British decision to leave India, as it became evident that they lacked support to govern. Question 3. Elucidate the causes and consequences of the Royal Indian Navy Revolt of 1946. Answer. Causes. Poor working conditions. Sailors faced racial discrimination, poor pay, and harsh working conditions. Influence of nationalist movements. Exposure to nationalist ideas and the influence of the INA trials stirred a sense of injustice among the sailors. Immediate incidents. Specific incidents of mistreatment and racial slurs acted as immediate triggers. Consequences. Spread of nationalist sentiments. The revolt galvanized nationalist sentiments across India. British authority challenged. It demonstrated that British military authority in India was vulnerable. Solidarity among Indians. The revolt showed unity across religious and ethnic lines, temporarily bridging communal divides. Question 4. Examine the role of communalism in shaping the political landscape of pre-independent India. Answer. Evolution and spread. Discuss how communalism evolved in India, influenced by economic, social, and political factors, and British divide and rule policies. Impact on national movement. Communalism divided the national movement, creating parallel paths toward independence and partition. Two-nation theory. Explain how the two-nation theory, propagated by the Muslim League, led to the demand for Pakistan. British role. The British strategy of exploiting communal divisions to maintain control over India. Question 5. Evaluate the implications of the Cabinet Mission Plan for India's future. Answer. Federal structure proposal. The plan suggested a federal structure with significant autonomy for provinces. Rejection of full Pakistan. It rejected the idea of a full-fledged Pakistan, proposing instead a united India with groupings of provinces. Constituent Assembly formation. The plan led to the formation of a Constituent Assembly to draft India's constitution. Communal tensions. The plan's ambiguity and rejection by some parties exacerbated communal tensions, leading to increased violence. Question 6. Discuss the significance of the trials of INA soldiers in fostering Indian nationalism. Answer. Symbol of resistance. The trials turned the INA soldiers into symbols of resistance against British rule. Mass mobilization. The trials galvanized public opinion and led to widespread protests and strikes, uniting people across different sections. Role of Congress. The Congress's support for the INA trials enhanced its image as a defender of national interests, consolidating its position in the national movement. Question 7. Critically analyze how the global political and economic scenario post-World War II influenced the British decision to grant independence to India. Answer. Global realignment. The emergence of the USA and USSR as superpowers reduced Britain's global dominance, making colonialism less tenable. Economic realities. Britain's war-exhausted economy could not sustain the costs of maintaining its empire, including the administrative and military costs in India. Changing international sentiments. The rise of anti-colonial sentiment and the formation of the United Nations, emphasizing self-determination and human rights, put ideological pressure on Britain. Question 8. Evaluate the role of Subhas Chandra Bose and the INA in shaping India's freedom struggle, particularly in the context of the post-war period. Answer. Psychological impact. Bose's efforts and the INA's struggle symbolized defiance against colonial rule, inspiring widespread nationalist sentiments. Mobilization and unity. INA's diverse composition showcased pan-Indian unity, transcending regional and communal barriers, challenging the British narrative of Indian disunity. Political leverage. The INA trials provided the Congress a powerful tool to mobilize public opinion and negotiate with the British from a position of strength. Question 9. Assess the impact of the 1946 Royal Indian Navy revolt on the British perception of their control over the Indian armed forces and the wider independence movement. Answer. Demonstration of unreliability. The mutiny underscored the unreliability of Indian armed forces as instruments of British control, a critical factor in maintaining colonial rule. Embodiment of nationalist sentiments. The revolt, though not entirely driven by nationalist motivations, came to symbolize the widespread discontent against British rule, trigger for British reassessment. This event, coupled with other uprisings, forced the British to reassess their ability to govern against an increasingly defiant population. Question 10. Analyze how the Cabinet Mission Plan attempted to address the Indian political deadlock and its shortcomings in averting the partition. Answer. Balancing act. The Cabinet Mission tried to balance the demands of the Congress and the Muslim League, proposing a federal structure as a middle ground. Shortcomings in addressing communal divide. The plan failed to adequately address the Muslim League's demand for Pakistan, leading to its eventual rejection by the League. Ambiguity and political miscalculation. The plan's ambiguity and underestimation of the depth of communal divisions made it ineffective in preventing the eventual partition. Question 11. Discuss the dual role played by the Indian National Congress in both aiding and complicating the process towards Indian independence during the post-war period. Answer. Negotiator for independence. Congress, as the largest nationalist movement, played a crucial role in negotiating with the British and articulating the aspirations for independence. Internal challenges. The Congress faced challenges in balancing diverse internal views, which sometimes complicated negotiations with the British and Muslim League. Handling communalism. Congress's strategies in dealing with the rise of communalism and the Muslim League's demands at times exacerbated tensions, contributing to the partition. Question 12. Examine the evolution of the Muslim League's political strategy from 1940 to 1947, focusing on its role in the partition of India. Answer. Two-nation theory. The Muslim League's adoption of the two-nation theory in 1940 marked a significant shift, advocating for a separate nation for Muslims. Electoral strategy. The League's success in the 1946 elections strengthened its demand for Pakistan, indicating widespread Muslim support. Negotiations and deadlocks. The League's negotiation strategies, particularly its fluctuating stance on the Cabinet Mission Plan and interim government, played a pivotal role in the events leading to partition. Prelims MCQs. Who was the Prime Minister of Britain when the Labour Party came to power in July 1945, leading to a change in the British government's attitude towards India? A. Winston Churchill. B. Clement Attlee. C. Neville Chamberlain. D. Harold Wilson. Answer. B. Clement Attlee. What was the primary theme of the Congress election campaign in 1945-46? A. Demand for complete independence. B. Glorification of martyrs of the 1942 Quit India movement. C. Promoting socialist ideologies. D. Advocating for land reforms. Answer. B. Glorification of martyrs of the 1942 Quit India movement. What significant event in the Royal Indian Navy occurred on February 18, 1946? A. Signing of a peace treaty. B. A major naval battle. C. Ratings went on strike. D. A large-scale recruitment drive. Answer. C. Ratings went on strike. What did the Cabinet Mission Plan propose regarding the structure of future Indian governance? A. Immediate full independence. B. Division into two separate nations. C. A federal structure with significant provincial autonomy. D. Centralized governance under British supervision. Answer. C. A federal structure with significant provincial autonomy. Which movement, launched by Arya Samajists and targeted towards Muslims, aimed at reconverting individuals to Hinduism? A. Shuddhi. B. Sangathan. C. Tabligh. D. Tanzeem. Answer: A. Shuddhi. What was the key concern of the British government in changing its policy towards India after World War II? A. To promote democratic values in colonies. B. Fear of another Congress revolt and the economic burden of maintaining the colony. C. To establish a direct line of communication with Indian nationalists. D. To strengthen military alliances in Asia. Answer: B. Fear of another Congress revolt and the economic burden of maintaining the colony. During the INA trials, which were the three main accused from different religious backgrounds? A. Jawaharlal Nehru, Liaquat Ali Khan, and Baldev Singh. B. Prem Kumar Sehgal, Shah Nawaz Khan, and Gurbaksh Singh Dhillon. C. Bhulabhai Desai, Tej Bahadur Sapru, and Kailash Nath Katju. D. Sardar Patel, Abul Kalam Azad, and C. Rajagopalachari. Answer: B. Prem Kumar Sehgal, Shah Nawaz Khan, and Gurbaksh Singh Dhillon. What was the consequence of the interim government formed in September 1946? A. It led to immediate independence of India. B. It was little more than a continuation of the old executive of the Viceroy. C. It resulted in the formation of a separate Muslim state immediately. D. It dissolved the British Parliament's control over Indian affairs. Answer: B. It was little more than a continuation of the old executive of the Viceroy. What was the stance of the Muslim League regarding the Cabinet Mission Plan? A. Complete acceptance and cooperation. B. Rejection due to the absence of a separate Pakistan. C. Conditional acceptance, focusing on compulsory grouping. D. Indifference and non-participation in the process. Answer: C. Conditional acceptance, focusing on compulsory grouping. Which socio-religious movement among Muslims was launched as a reaction to the Shuddhi movement of Arya Samajists? A. Khilafat movement. B. Tabligh and Tanzeem movements. C. Muslim League's political campaigns. D. Amaya movement. Answer: B. Tabligh and Tanzeem movements. Evaluate the impact of the Labour government's sympathetic stance towards Indian independence on the British colonial policy in India. A. Accelerated the process of granting independence. B. Had no significant impact on the colonial policy. C. Led to more stringent control over nationalist activities. D. Caused a split within the British political system regarding India's future. Answer: A. Accelerated the process of granting independence. Analyze the role of the INA trials in fostering a sense of Indian nationalism and unity. A. Played a marginal role with limited public impact. B. Primarily influenced the political elite but not the masses. C. Acted as a catalyst for widespread nationalist sentiment. D. Led to a division among different nationalist groups. Answer: C. Acted as a catalyst for widespread nationalist sentiment. Assess the significance of the RIN Revolt in the context of India's struggle for independence. A. It had a negligible effect on the overall independence movement. B. Marked a turning point by demonstrating the Indian Armed Forces unrest. C. Focused mainly on improving working conditions, with little political impact. D. Was effectively suppressed, strengthening British resolve to maintain control. Answer: B. Marked a turning point by demonstrating the Indian Armed Forces unrest. Critically examine the cabinet mission's approach to address the Indian political deadlock and its impact on the partition. A. Successfully averted the partition by proposing a united India. B. Exacerbated communal tensions, indirectly leading to partition. C. Had no significant impact as its proposals were largely ignored. D. Focused only on economic aspects, neglecting political solutions. Answer: B. Exacerbated communal tensions, indirectly leading to partition. Analyze how communalism evolved during the late colonial period in India and its impact on the national movement. A. Communalism was a minor issue and had little effect on the national movement. B. Led to the strengthening of a unified Indian national identity. C. Played a crucial role in dividing the national movement and the eventual partition. D. Was effectively countered by nationalist leaders, maintaining unity. Answer: C. Played a crucial role in dividing the national movement and the eventual partition. Thanks for watching.